True Value is the proud sponsor of the True Value Hard Charger of the Race Award. Points are awarded at every NASCAR Winston Cup Series race to the drivers that race in the top 3 positions. At season's end, all points are tallied and verified. The drivers with the top 3 point totals take home a True Value Hard Chargers Award. This year's 3rd place award goes to Mark Martin, and 2nd place honors go to Dale Jarrett. The True Value Hard Charger Award winner is the driver of the number 24 DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet, Jeff Gordon.
The 3-time champion returns to the stage. Jeff Gordon is next.
And now on to this year's 6th place finisher, driver of the number 24 DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet Monte Carlo, Jeff Gordon.
In his 7th NASCAR Winston Cup season, Jeff Gordon earned 7 Bud poles to go along with 7 victories, the most poles and wins recorded by any driver this year. It all began at the Daytona 500 with a bold late race move that propelled him into victory lane for the 2nd time in his career. He also received an additional $1 million as winner of the Winston No Bull 5 bonus. Plus, a lucky fan paired with Jeff also went home $1 million richer. His winning ways continued at Atlanta, and then in his home state of California, first at Fontana, and then on the Sears Point Road Course. The youngest driver to ever win a championship in the modern era of NASCAR Winston Cup racing, Gordon's next victory came at Watkins Glen, and with it, another all-time record. This one is the winner of most consecutive road course races, 5, dating back to 1997. 2 late back-to-back wins at Martinsville and Charlotte enabled Jeff to lead the series in wins for the 5th consecutive year. That's another Winston Cup record for the winningest driver of the 90s. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the driver of the Hendrick Motorsports DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet, 6th place in the 1999 point standings, 3-time NASCAR Winston Cup champion, Jeff Gordon.
Jeff, one of the things that's most impressed me throughout this past year is it seems like no matter what happens, you really maintain a positive attitude. But I have to tell you, when I looked at that video, with 7 wins and 7 poles and a 6th place finish, you got a lot to be positive about. Listen, congratulations. Here's your check for your 6th place finish in the amount of $396,872. But that's not all. We also have contained in here that $1 million you won in the No Bull 5 event back in Daytona earlier this year. Congratulations.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, Rick. I tell you what, it's great to be here, and you know, you look at your season and you try to figure out just what makes up a great season. We're all very competitive, and so then you look at where you're at in the points and how many DNFs you had and what you could have done to make your season better. But then you say to yourself, wait a minute, I won the Daytona 500, won the most poles and the most races, and then you say to yourself, what really makes a great season? And I realized that just being a part of this sport is what makes a great year. So with that, I'd like to thank the people that make this sport what it is. I'd like to thank NASCAR and R.J. Reynolds for allowing all of us to do what we do and what we love to do week after week. I'd like to congratulate Dale Jarrett. Fantastic job this year. I really admire you for the way you handle yourself on and off the racetrack, and that means a lot to me and a lot of other people out there. But I really believe that you're a true champion long before you're ever NASCAR Winston Cup champion, and I know we all appreciate that very much. We weren't without our changes and challenges this year, though. And by pulling together and working together as a team, we accomplished some great things. The first person I'd like to recognize is Ray Evernham. Ray, you've been an important part of my life, and as a crew chief, a partner, and a friend, you've always been there. You've helped to make the 2014 what it is today, and I wish you nothing but the best as you pursue your dreams. Next, I'd like to thank Brian Weitzel. Brian did a great job, had some pretty big shoes to fill there, bud. And you filled them right up by jumping in and winning the first 2 races as our leader, and Martinsville and Charlotte, and that was pretty incredible. You know, these guys went through a lot this year, and I got to thank them for everything that they've done to stay with us this year through all these changes. I appreciate your support, guys. You give our team so much depth, and I know that we'll continue to be a strong force in the future. To Rick Hendrick, what can I say? Our thoughts and prayers have been with you as you battled through leukemia, and we know you're getting better, and we can't wait for you to join us and get it started to a healthy start in year 2000. And John, we appreciate everything that you do. You've got a tough job. You've done a great job while Rick was sick, and we really thank you for all you've done and for putting up with us too. There's so many people to thank. My wife, Brooke, how can I thank you enough? You're such an incredible support. You support me so much, and I appreciate everything that you do. I love you so much. Appreciate that. And also, I'd like to thank my family. It's great to have such a supportive and built-in fan club with me each and every day and on and off the racetrack. And all the behind-the-scenes guys at Hendrick Motorsports, the R&D group, the chassis group, everyone in the engine shop. I definitely wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys and for your hard work and your dedication. I certainly want to thank the sponsors that keep us running, keep us on the track and being competitive. Thanks to DuPont Automotive Finishes, DuPont Corporate Businesses, and to Chevy for all those great cars, and I'm really looking forward to the 2000 Monte Carlo. We appreciate the support we get from Quaker State, GMAC, Advanced Auto Parts, Pepsi, Kellogg's, Goodyear, and all the other names and logos that cover the number 24 all season long. And Action Performance and Hasbro Toys for providing all those great fans with great products and services. And speaking of great fans, there's one more team member that I must thank, and I do think that they're a part of our team each and every time we're out there on the track, and that's our great fans. It means so much to me and our team to have such a loyal group of people cheering us on, win or lose, and we thank you for that. You know, this year we've seen this sport really continue to grow, and we know that it's going to just continue to take off in years to come. There are a lot of new names, new faces, new racetracks, and this has been the most competitive season that I've ever seen. And I think it's only going to get stronger. And I'm very proud to be a part of NASCAR Winston Cup racing, and I can't wait to get it started again next year. You know, God has answered so many of my prayers, and I hope that He answers each and every one of yours. And I want to thank you and wish you all the best. God bless. Thank you.
Jeff Gordon, a major player in NASCAR's exciting future. Benny and I will explain when we return.